guys, Robbie here from CrossFit South Bend. Today I am here with Nikki. Nikki, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Great to be here.
So Nikki just finished doing 3 months of nutrition coaching and she did a fantastic job. She lost 23 pounds. She lost about 3 inches around her around her hips, and then about 1.5 inches around her waist. And today we're going to talk about Nikki's amazing progress and journey. So Nikki, thank you so much for joining us.
Great.
So I want to start out at the beginning. So when we first met and when I told you about how you might be eating throughout this nutrition coaching process, what did you think?
Yeah.
What did you initially think?
I thought I was going to be making huge sacrifices and I was going to be missing things that I had become accustomed to and used to. And so there was a little trepidation, I think a little nervousness there on what was going to be, whether I could stay committed to it and really follow through.
Okay. And then once we started that first month, I remember coffee creamer in particular being one of the things. What happened as you went through those first few weeks? What changed?
So that was going to be the one thing I thought I was going to miss and sacrifice was my daily Starbucks drink. So to keep myself on track, I switched to tea. So I just eliminated coffee right out of the gate. No more coffee. I'm just going to drink hot tea, which helped me overcome the need for cream and sugar and things like that in my coffee. And I started to miss it less and less. And then I was able to just switch back over to coffee and no creamer, no sugar, and I'm fine.
That's awesome.
I don't feel like I've sacrificed anything.
So I think one of the very unique things about your situation that I think makes your story very inspiring is the fact that you had to travel many weeks out of the entire time we were working together for your job, and you've got a family as well. How was doing the nutrition coaching while you were traveling and having a family, how did that all work?
That was a challenge at first. I found myself really struggling in the airports. There's nothing but processed foods in airports, and I was bringing nuts or fruit, tucking it in my bag, and then looking for a good steakhouse once I got to my destination. Like, okay, I just want like meat and potatoes now. I really want a good meal. Then I had the realization that Whole Foods and all these places are established in all of the places I was traveling to. So rather than seeking out restaurants, I started seeking out grocery stores and the Whole Foods and being able to find food on the road. So that made it really beneficial. I mean, made me stick with it when I was traveling.
That's awesome. So it was really just a shift in perspective, seeing other stuff that you hadn't previously recognized or you knew was there but it wasn't your main option.
Well, it was people live here. They grocery shop, exactly. So I'm going to live here for a couple days and I'm going to go grocery shop. So that really, I think, just changed my whole attitude while I was on the road. I was really nervous about travel, and once that clicked in my head, it was a lot easier going forward.
That's awesome. And if you can do it while traveling on the road, anyone can do it. It's hard enough to do as it is, but doing it while traveling on the road is even more impressive, and you did a fantastic job with it. I think another thing that was very unique about your situation was we did month 1, which is usually the gradual changes with the food, but we don't cut everything out just yet. And when we did the weights, measurements, and pictures, there was a little bit of a change, but not too much. And then we did the whole 30 in month 2, and you lost 20 pounds. So there's that dramatic change. So tell us a little bit about month 2 and what you noticed taking out gluten fully and everything fully.
Yeah, so that was true. After that first month, I just thought, okay, I got to kick this in gear. The gradual, the progression towards it didn't get me the results I wanted. So I really had to buckle down and just stay committed to it. It was all in the mind. It was all in my head that I can do this. And I was okay not having that glass of wine. I was okay not having the pasta or whatever temptation might have been in my way. And then that was like the biggest change, is just knowing it was okay. I was going to be okay. People weren't judging me. You kind of get stuck in your head that people are going to judge you because you're not drinking the wine anymore. You're not, and I didn't have to explain myself. nobody really cared. They were like, okay, and it was fine. So
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So Nikki and I were just talking about this. A lot of times in our own heads, we say, "Oh, well, someone's going to care if I don't have X, Y, or Z." When in reality, it's just our own hang-ups, things. So yeah, I think that's a really great realization. One thing we like to ask people is, a lot of people sign up for nutrition coaching obviously because of weight or they want to fit into a certain set of clothing. But a lot of times once they do it, they notice changes in mood or energy or sleep. What were the non-body composition things that you noticed as a result of doing this?
I can say that I am sleeping better, so I'm definitely getting a full night of sleep, and that was something I was struggling with. I could stay up till 2 in the morning, and then at 6 o'clock in the morning I was getting up and I was tired, I was exhausted. Now I found that cycle to have balanced out. I'm not dragging in the mornings, I'm not dragging in the afternoons. I'm full of energy all day, and then ready to go to bed at night, and so I'm getting a really good night's sleep. So that was probably the biggest thing I recognized, is just not having the afternoon slump.
Yeah.
And wanting to go and get sugar or something really bad that I just didn't need. So that was really kind of the biggest thing that I recognized, is just that balancing out throughout the day.
That's awesome. I mean, one of the biggest things that most people deal with is that 2 p.m. slump, or just the slumps throughout the day. So that's really fantastic. So we talked about the beginning of the journey, we talked about the middle, so now here we are at the end. Now, if you had to look back at your journey and think it over, would you A, do it again, knowing what you know now, and B, would you think this is something you would recommend to others to maybe give a try?
I would. I am so glad that I did this. It has really just been, I think, me getting over things in my own head, and I would recommend it to anybody because it has not only influenced me, but at home I have found that my kids are even interested now. And I didn't push it on them, I just let them watch and see and participate as much as they wanted to. So now they are making some healthier choices, and they're wanting to get off the couch a little bit more and exercise more. So I think it's just been a great experience overall, and it's a lifestyle change. It wasn't a diet, it wasn't the hot thing to do at the moment. It really made a huge difference. So I would do it again. I would recommend it to anybody.
That's great. That's awesome. So I just want to say I'm super proud of Nikki. I think she did a fantastic job, especially with all she had going on with work, travel, and family and everything. I think you just did an awesome job, and I'm very proud of you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next time.